Okay.
Cool.
Got 2 pieces of wood. Can you explain your plan here?
Yeah. So to secure this, you want to have 2 notches for the stanchions,
Yep.
so it's better secured.
Yep.
And now I need to make the notches, so that means kind of making the right lines, so I know how deep and where to chisel it out.
And what's tricky about it?
To make it fit well and kind of precise with the right angle,
Yep.
because the stanchions, they all have an angle.
Yep.
That's the most tricky part.
And they're not the same.
No, they are not.
None
the
of
same.
the bevels or the angles are the same, and they're all going different ways, so you have to be careful.
Yeah.
That's okay. So you're just going to mark that out and then chisel it out.
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right, we'll touch base a bit later.
Yes. Cool.
We'll let you concentrate. Focus. Is this a dry fit, Vom?
Yeah. I know that it's not fitting yet.
It's close.
It's close.
At least it's going to be a nice tight join.
We need to find what is keeping.
What's stopping it?
Yeah. Definitely there. Yeah.
Give it another go.
Yes.
Beautiful. On to the next phase.
Yes.
Bit of sawdust, bit of woman, man glitter,
That's okay.
person glitter.
I feel beglittered. It's just, yeah.
So what's this, your pattern for the curve?
Yeah. It's one with a manual, but now I know what it is that isn't perfect, so I can. You need to flip it.
Oh yeah, flip it to double check yourself.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Cool.
can we take 5 seconds to just tell everyone what you've been doing? Because I haven't filmed any of this.
I've been making bolts to attach the cleats to the stanchions. Yeah, and I start with a piece of copper and
Well, yeah, we're broke, so that's what she's got to work with. We can't afford new copper, so we're going for deep recycling. Yeah, it's rough, but you're making something old look good, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, it works pretty well.
Yeah.
So.
And you're just whacking the head over and then
make the thread.
cutting the thread with the die.
Yeah.
Cool, we'll go for a victory lap soon and put them on, eh?
Yes, let's do that.
So this is what happens when you're a woodworker and you have no idea how to use a metal lathe. You make do. We've got the bolts for the cleats that Fomke made, but the washers, in my opinion, are too big. They're disproportionate. Mm-hmm. So what I'm doing is actually bringing down the washers a bit to make them look a bit nicer. And the only way I could sort of work out was to bolt them together, put them on the drill, use the linisher and turn the opposite way to the drill, and then slowly bring them down. I think they're almost there, but now the difference in size is pretty noticeable. I just couldn't order any washers that were smaller, but it's slow, but it's getting there.
That's a whole stack of washers.
Yeah, this is a stack of washers. That's 12 washers. You actually can't tell. But I'm going to bring them down a bit more and then hopefully they'll work. That's a fun little interlude. Well, welcome back. Pardon the background noise. Some people have asked what that hissing noise is. It's actually a grip blaster that works across the road, and they generally grip blast metal on a Saturday or a Sunday. I don't know why. Everyone seems to be relaxing then, except for me, I guess. But today, in Mat World, I've gotten totally sidetracked, fully away from any project I was working on before, and I'm beginning the coaming for the cockpit. The coaming is sort of like it acts as a backrest when you're sitting in the cockpit. It stops water sort of coming into the cockpit and making your bum wet and all the seats wet. It creates a bit of a strong back for your winches to be mounted, and generally just creates a nice comfy environment. You spend a lot of time in your cockpit either sailing or being social with a beer or something. So we want it to be quite nice and comfortable. It's becoming slightly more complicated than I expected. A lot of this is sort of nutting it out and looking and reflecting, so it's hard to film because I spend probably, a good 12 hours on this project just thinking about it and trying to work out how it's going to look best and work functionally also. Tying into the cockpit, we're going to have our main sheet horse, so the spot that takes the main sheet for the sail. That needs to be strong also. We've been bouncing around ideas with Anastasia, the rigger, on how we can make this functional, aesthetically pleasing, and buildable, which I don't know if that's a word, but yes, buildable is the hardest bit sometimes on a boat. So anyway, I've got one coaming sort of started here, and I'm trying to get enough rake for comfort, but also curve in it to match the shear line and the deck of the bulwarks there. But I can't quite get it to look good. So I'm going to keep fiddling, and hopefully at some point I'll get the angles and curves looking nice, and then I'll give you a little look of the finished project. Well, the finished shape. I would like to just quickly say a massive thanks to, we're a little bit touched and sort of honoured at over the past month or two, a recent influx of patrons. It's just really touching that people want to support the project for whatever reason they have, whether it be more content on our Patreon page, just generally supporting, or I don't know, it's just really lovely. When we get a patron come in, it's always a surprise actually. I would have never expected it, but obviously whatever we're doing is a worthy cause, and so thanks to all our patrons, new and old. It just keeps me plodding on the boat. Unfortunately, Ifka's away at work again. She's going for a week this time, so I'm, as they say, batching and just working on the boat all day with Obi and myself. But that's fun. Yep, and she'll be back and we'll push on with the bigger two-person projects, yeah. Cool. I'm going to try and make this coaming work. Somehow. If only you guys could watch there and tell me when it looks right, because I can't tell. It may just all need more angle. I think that angle's good. So if that angle's good, looks like there's too much angle in the middle. So I'm going to try and explain from a distance here. I've gone around in circles a lot, as you do. So down here is the cockpit. I'm contemplating making the cockpit smaller. The reason for that is to create more bench space next to the coaming. So I've mocked out the coaming here. It's quite long. After there is a post. So we have a post down here. This is where the main sheet horse will come off, and the main sheet. The coaming comes along here. I've got a couple of buckets around for winches to mock that out, and a mocked up tiller. So I'm thinking this is quite comfortable with the tiller here like this. It's a very small cockpit, I agree. But yeah, I'm just not sure what else I should do about that. I can make the cockpit more forward this way. That's not a big deal. Well, it is a bit of a big deal, but I can also bring the cockpit forward here and make a lid to lift up. But I'm not sure. But for now, this is quite comfortable. If you're really reaching, you'll be able to sort of sit up on the coaming and kind of do this, and it might be nice. Yeah, this is the first prototype. I'm in two minds about making the cockpit smaller. It's because our cabin is so narrow as well. That makes a big difference because we've got bigger side decks, so then you lose space within the cockpit. We had quite a large cockpit, but now I'm thinking smaller cockpit, bigger seats. I mean, the cockpit's essentially for your feet. but there'll be a lot of lounging space then here. You could even put a lid over that cockpit and in the tropics sleep outside. It also opens up more storage aft and easier access under that hatch where you can actually get into the boat and inspect the rudder stock and everything like that, which I was always a bit worried about how we were going to get there. So yeah, I'll give you a little look. So here's the coaming, buckets for winches roughly. That just transitions into the cabin here. Buckets are long. The post is here for the horse and the mocked up tiller, which extends here. That's a 6-foot tiller right now, so it's quite long. Yeah, and I've got that braced up now with some angles. I'm just going to wait for Ifka to come back and have a look, I think. See how we go. Here's my bucket winches. Quite a long tiller. You can see the curve in the coaming here. I'm trying to sort of split the difference with the edge of the boat and make that look fair. There's still a slight hump in it. Yeah. Okay, long story short, I have prepared the starboard side coaming. Over there. I've made strongbacks, so little gussets on the outside. I've scarfed some plywood together and I'm going to do 3 layers each side of coaming. So 2 12mm and an 8mm of plywood. That plywood will create a very strong coaming once it's laminated, and then I'll probably fiberglass it. I'm just not sure yet what I'm doing. And then I'll laminate celery top, so durable wood, to the underside and top side so that water, when it inevitably makes its way to the coaming, it will hit a durable wood and not the sponge that we call marine plywood. So I'm basically just going to lay a heap of epoxy on here and then stick it together. Yes, that's all I can do. Smash glass.
Well done.
A what? Oh well. Just a quick side note, the center layer, so the second layer of plywood, is not scarfed together. I'm just butt joining that. That's purely laziness, but it's plenty strong enough without a scarf. It doesn't need a scarf. It has a scarf on each side of it, and the butt joint just becomes a glue joint. It's fine. So just if anyone's curious what's going on, that is it.
Throw on some gloves.
Put some gloves on. Well, you can try and throw them on, but it doesn't always work. Alrighty then.
Alrighty. Okay, gloves are on.
Oh, shivers. So, we're just going to lift this up, put it under that bar,
Yeah.
and push it against these ones, and hopefully it'll just work really easily, and then that's it. And then I'm just going to put a clamp. I'm going to take my gloves off. Why not?
Let's be bold.
Hey?
Let's be bold.
So I'm just going to try and clamp this in. Once again, I'm vastly underprepared, but
it is what it is.
It should all just clamp together really easily.
okay, this is way too easy, so something must be wrong. Something's not quite right.
Yeah, you thought it would be more complex?
I don't know, I just expected like more glue and mess, but I mean, is that thick enough for a cap? Yeah, that's nice.
I think if you make it too thick, it looks very off.
Yeah.
Because then it's thicker than this.
Yeah,
it's
that's
already
true.
a bit thicker, but
Yeah, the only other side of it is that you actually won't see it because
it's now just a little bit off the ground.
that's okay, I think. I think we'll just let it do what it wants to do. Alrighty, I think I'm good, thank you.
Do you want another piece here? Or
Yeah, I've just got to find some more. Oh,
some more wood?
no,
Alright,
thanks.
that's it.
Yeah, it's a bit of an anticlimax. Thought it was going to be harder than that, but yep.
But also nice sometimes that projects are easier than you think, because that's not all.
Yeah, that's true. Wise words. So glued that in and it all looks pretty good. It went a lot easier than I expected. So I'm either going to flip that and see if the curve matches the other side, and then I can laminate everything on the same jig, or I'm going to make another jig for the other side. We'll just see how I go. But now we've just got to wait for glue to dry. So on to other things. My Cokie. Okie Makoki. Today is a victory day because Fomka has worked very hard on these cleats and we're going to glue them in. We can't put it off any longer. It's just got to happen. So we're going to use Fixtech. It's a flexible adhesive sealant. It's white. We're hopefully not going to make a mess and it's hopefully not going to go everywhere, but knowing me, it will. The objective is to seal around here, around the actual bolt holes here on the outside, which is going to be the slightly messy bit, but I don't want water to track its way in later. So I'll do one, I'll show you what I'm sort of hoping to do, and you can try the other. What I'm hoping is going to be bad, but maybe I'll start here. We've got to get all the faces because of this notch, so we're going to get in here. I've put tape on, so it should be relatively easy to clean off. I'm just doing a bead. Whoop, 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 whoop. Doing it, lather it on around this bolt hole. It's going to ooze out, but it's more important that we get a good seal here. And then what I'd also probably, going to put a little bit on this bolt hole, on this bolt. Okay, that's what not to do. Your turn. I can just hold it like that. Yeah, just try and get it sort of everywhere. And it's important that it's kind of on this edge as well, because then when it comes in it sort of adheres well. Yeah, that's good. Top edge, go fair bit on the top and the bottoms, because we want to be sure that it really seals there. Yeah, and then just go ham, fill it up. It'll all just ooze out anyway. Nice.
Okay.
And then the tricky bit is to try and get a little bit around. You could use your finger even, but it's up to you. Do you want me to rotate, articulate, washer, articulate? It's probably not really a two-man job. Pivot. Oh no, man down already. White stuff is on me. Okay, I'll do it. Abort mission! I hope that this was the front. Let's go for it.
It's the.
There's writing
Yeah,
on it. Yeah, it's
sure.
the front. Let's do it.
It's
So let's just pop that in, align that. You can give it a tap on the bolt heads. Nice. Oh, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful thing. Very nice. And then you can just pop a washer and a nut on the back side.
Do you want to seal that one as well, or
What's that?
do you want to seal that?
Oh, the outside? No, that'll be okay. See if it sort of aligns better if it's that way. Yeah, beautiful.
Oh.
It's alright, I'll steal the washer.
Wash her down.
Along the bowl. There's a washer. I'll get some gloves. What's it going on?
Not yet.
These.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that socket. I'll go get that out of the washer. You also don't want to like over tighten it, you'll just keep crushing into it. So once it's quite snug, then that'll be it.
Then that might be it.
Fantastic. Well, I'll do the messy job if you want to try the next one.
Yep. cool.
Len, do I get any behind the scenes credit here on the camera?
You mean you want to be in
The
the
qualified boat builder is cleaning up after you. This proves how much this is your job. Like, this is your beautiful cleats. I'm tidying up.
So how does it feel from installing your... This is the end of the job.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to do it from the start to the finish. Well, actually the finish is just mooring or...
Well, the finish, you can clean up that one. I mean, that's good.
No, that's not a finish. The finish is put the rope on there.
Ah, true.
You know, at some point when these guys are to go in the water, just come out and, you know, board a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Tie a rope around it.
tie a rope.
Woohoo!
All right.
All right, cleaning man, she's ready for you.
Okay, on my way. How much are you paying me again? Do I get paid?
I pay you? What's the deal here?
Welcome to Matt's world.
Oh no. Shit.
I think I might need a new beanie.
No.
I did joke that I'd make a mess. Better than not in my hair, otherwise I'd need a haircut. Had my protective headwear on.
But the haircut takes 10 minutes making a beanie.
Alright, who can knit up a beanie real quick?
Maybe we can wash
Sure,
it.
one of the girls can definitely make a beanie real fast.
I did not even get it on camera.
You got the bit when it was stuck though.
Yeah.
Right, I just leant my head down. Oh! Oh! Oh, stay away! Oh! I'm getting glue everywhere. Oh! Okay. That rag's going away. Almost there. Beautiful. One more.
Oh, how much I love you, oh kitty.
You reckon should I lock?
Is it lunchtime?